All right, this is the next article. Intel Hub. All right, it says Japan earthquake collapses, homes causes injuries. All right, and I don't know what the hell that is. A strong earthquake.
Somebody took the picture of why the motherfucking shit was shaking.
Right. Yeah.
Goes to show you that they can it can be American using the heart program, and took the goddamn picture as they started the earthquake and was like, fuck.
All right, it says a strong earthquake.
What's the computer picture?
Yeah.
A strong earthquake late Saturday struck mountainous area of central Japan that hosted the 1998 Winter Olympics.
Which really it means 666 Winter Olympics.
It says
Because I'm sorry, because 8 and 1 is 9, 9, 9, 9, 6, 6, 6.
Yeah. It says knocking down at least 10 homes in a ski resort town and injuring more than 20 people, officials said. The magnitude 6.8 earthquake struck near Nagano City shortly after 10 p.m. 1300 GMT. It says at a depth of 10 kilometers, 6 miles, the Japan meteorological agency said the U.S. Geological Survey measured the quake's magnitude at 6.2. Since the quake occurred inland, there was no possibility of a tsunami. But like we mentioned on Highways and Byways, these earthquakes has always been on a Richter scale 5.0 or greater. So they hitting much more. And this is second interest 15 and 46. And it says, and thou Asia, thou that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. It said, and that just means they emulate themselves after America, which is Babylon. It says, woe be unto thee, destruction, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee.
Yep, so the reason why all these other nations getting fucked up too is because they go by the philosophy of Esau. Everything that they get, their intelligence, their lifestyle, their way of life, through their central banks and their money system, and then that brings in a democrat and democracy. I mean,
you know, the propaganda.
Mao Zedong, people like Mao Zedong, and then they pass it on to generations.
Yep.
And it says,
and that's how there's, I think who said it, propaganda. But that's how wars are won.
Yeah.
Through propaganda.
Yep, the propaganda. That's how wars are won.
It says, thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works.
That's America. Following America. And they doing it through the Council of Foreign Relations.
Yeah. It says, works and inventions, therefore said the Most High, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death.
So what happened to Moab houses on there? No, it's on the article. Because he said he's gonna waste your house. How many of them houses went in the guy?
It says the magnitude 6.8 struck near Nagano City shortly after 10 p.m. 1300. A depth of 10 kilometers.
Oh, that's about more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, knocked down at least 10 homes in a ski resort. And think about it, a ski resort. Think about it. If you live by a ski resort, you got money. Rich poor people don't live by ski resorts. That don't happen. That land costs too much.
Yeah.
That's why it's a resort. Shit.
exactly.
So them was rich motherfuckers that got hit. So that's why I said go back to them houses, cause that scripture wasn't playing. He can hit them quick crackers in their houses.
I got something. It's Isaiah 29:6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder
See that Moab, the rich ones, with thunder
and with earthquake
and with earthquakes. Get your ass.
and great noise."
See that? You thought you was up there drinking the best champagne and shit, watching a basketball game via satellite through America, and finna go to the club. He tore the whole goddamn resort up.
It says, with storm and tempest and the flame of a devouring fire.
Right. So get ready for forest fires. Get ready for storms and tempests. All that shit. Them tropical storms. Get ready for that. And the hurricanes is gonna increase. I mean, the earthquakes.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
You read it. Start from 1.
This is verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past that I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, that's the whole point of it. We measuring the time through these prophetic news is showing you just by this little article that the Lord said earthquake is going to happen. And who it's going to happen to? It's going to happen to Asia. Asia's talking about who? Moab. Moab and Ammon.
Yep.
Those is measuring the times. And now we know that we in a time for his return because all the destruction is happening. So that's following the lines right from article to the Bible.
And I got another one to prove that. Prove the scripture in 2nd Ezra 15, where it says, "And thou Asia, that are partaker of the hope of Babylon, and are the glory of her person." This is the U.S. Department of State. It says Japan, and it says U.S.-Japan relations. Japan is one of Asia's most successful democracies
You see?
and largest economies. The U.S.-Japan alliance is the cornerstone of U.S. security interests in Asia.
That's why they formed the Council of Foreign Relations, to lock that place down. That's what that was about. I used to always wonder why Japan was like up there. Now I see why.
They used them, what was it? Because they made a movie in 1904. It said it's 1904. I think Jackie Chan played in it. That's when the British infiltrated Asia, and Japan was a big part. Remember when China and Japan went to war?
Yeah.
But it was the British interest.
Right.
And I remember watching a movie that
Forgot about that.
that one of the Japanese had sold out to actually to make war with China and whatnot.
That's the same
They've
thing.
been doing that for a while.
That's the same thing with Russia in World War II, Russia and Japan.
Yeah.
Stalin and I forgot the leader of Japan, but they were going back and forth to war, and they was using their propaganda techniques with the help of the United States
Yeah.
to fight against Russia. I think the president was
So they
Roosevelt at that time.
Yeah.
Theodore
Because
Roosevelt.
Mussolini got involved and he was with Hitler.
They had the cartoon articles about that.
Yeah.
He was saying propaganda.
Yeah.
I remember
But it was
that
through the
shit.
political cartoon.
Yeah,
The
political
big
cartoons.
houses, you'll see a big ass bear,
Yeah.
a dragon.
So this been going on for a long time. The U.S. using what they coalition forces to basically move people out of the way, like Asia. And Asia was one of the first corner pieces that they actually moved out the way. Now it's these Arabs. Now coming up to now.
Yeah.
You
You're
know,
right.
It was Asia, and then they moved to Germany.
Yeah.
Got Germany and Russia out the way, and then they kept
Now they going to get rid of these Arabs to end this world. To bring in that, what's that? Some Pike plan.
Yeah,
I can't-
Yeah.
Yeah, bring that in.
Because like I said before, through propaganda, that's how wars are won. So, they use their propaganda and they rally all the support, even from the different countries. So then they get all this funding and all these military weaponry. And that's how they get the edge over these other countries when they have war.
Here's some more. It says the United States established diplomatic relations with Japan in 1858 during World War II. Diplomatic relations between the United States and Japan were severed when both nations declared war on each other in the wake of Japan's 1941, which was a stage war and whatnot.
1958. That's UN.
I got a scripture. This is Revelations 18:3. For all nations have, and I'll start from 18:2. Revelation 18:2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great is fallen, and it become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, which the brothers explained that. And the kings of the earth have committed fornications with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich throughout the abundance of her delicacies. Well, basically, how I don't think that was the one. Well, it gets into it. How all the other nations is going right along in the hand in hand with the so-called white man, they military.
Yeah.
The military, they money system, the way they structure life is. That's why that 15:46 said, "And thou Asia, that are partaker of the hope of Babylon." That
Yeah.
goes right with that.
And that's
they
why
partaking
when,
of the hope of Babylon.
That's why China just released a new stealth fighter plane. It's the same stealth plane as the United States.
That's why they gonna get fucked
I was
up.
laughing. I was laughing like a motherfucker.
Just a little bit more information. It's on my phone. It'll probably take too long to bring it up. It's Japanese-American Relations, Office of the Historian. It says the milestone 1899 to 1913, and I mentioned the movie 1904. This is one of the guys that they had who was a puppet with the United States about 1899 to 1905. And one of the things that Japan did was take over one of the railroads in China. And it says, at the turn of the century, U.S. and Japanese interests appeared to be aligned. Both nations supported the idea of an open door for commercial expansion in China. After the Russo-Japanese War of 1904 to 1905, U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt acted as a mediator at Japan's request. And the two sides of the conflict met on neutral territory in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, in the same year. U.S. Secretary of War William Howard Taft, I know you know what that is, it says, I'll just get into it. In the years that followed, however, tensions rose over Japanese actions in northeast China and immigration to the United States. In 1905, the Japanese started to establish more formal control over South Manchuria by forcing China to give Japan ownership rights to South Manchurian Railway. See, monopoly that they started.
Yeah, they over there monopolizing and the Moab and shit. That's it.
So it was just to back up what we was just talking about.
That's it.
pretty much it.
Yep.
Okay.